Hey guys, it's Amber from the WOW Creative team, and today I'm sharing some clean and simple cards with the WOW Caribbean Charm Trio. So I have the smallest heart from the Hearts and Twine stamp set here, and I have Montserrat from the Caribbean Charm Trio. And I'm just going to start off with a repeating pattern here. So I have one heart stamped on here, and I had it loaded in my MISTI. I'll go ahead and sprinkle on the powder, and then I'm going to heat this from behind. This is a glitter embossing powder, and it also has some ultra high white granules in it, and so those are really thick ones. You will see a couple of those. I'll point those out in the close-ups. So now what I've done is I've shifted my cardstock up 1 inch in my MISTI, and I'm going to stamp the heart again with the WOW embossing pad. And I'm going to do this to create a full line of these hearts all the way up and down the card. And I will alternate these three colors. So in the Caribbean Charm, we have Montserrat, which I started with. Then I'll use Dominica and Bahama. So Dominica is the light blue, Bahama is a little bit of a darker blue. And I'll just alternate those colors in a repeating pattern. If you haven't been on the WOW Facebook page yet this month, we are having a monthly challenge as we do every month, and this month the theme is repeating patterns. So definitely be sure to check that out. So now I'm shifting it down from the top. So each increment is 1 inch, and that seems to be perfect for this heart stamp. Here's the finished heat emboss border, and I'll take a sentiment from Hello Lovely WOW stamp set along with the Cloudy Sky ink from Altenew, and I'll go ahead and stamp that on this clean and simple card. I opted to leave off embellishments and just keep this really truly clean and simple. You can see how beautiful the glitter is in these embossing powders, and here you can see them close up. You can also see some of those white dots. That's the ultra high, and you can see those granules in the powders here. In the second card that I do, I'm going to do a large heart, and you'll see even more of that ultra high. So here I have a panel, an A2 size panel, and this is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, 80 pound. And I have an arrow stamp from the Hello Lovely stamp set. So that same stamp set that I just used from WOW. I just pulled out the arrow stamp, and I'm going to stamp this all over the card panel. So it's a repeating pattern in the sense that it's going to completely cover it, but it's not going to be a symmetrical pattern. It's going to be more of a random pattern. So here I have the Dominica embossing powder again, and there you can see the ultra high large white granules, and I'm going to knock those off for this because this is a delicate stamp, and so you really don't necessarily need the ultra high in there. So you have the option of using the ultra high or tapping it off so that they're not on there for, like I said, this delicate stamp set here. And then for the die cut that I'm going to use, I'm actually going to add some extra ultra high on there, so you'll see how I do that. I start heating from behind so that I don't blow off the glitter, and then I come around to the front. So here I'm going to take the pad directly to the paper, and then I'm going to shake up the Bahama powder and go ahead and sprinkle that on. And I want a large enough area so that I can die cut a heart out of this. And when I kind of knock off the excess here, it's going to take the majority of the ultra high away. And then what I'm going to do is just pick up some of those ultra high. You can see there's a bunch of them there. I'm going to sprinkle them on, and then I'll set the panel aside and get my heat tool preheated. So you want to make sure that your heat tool is nice and hot. That's going to help prevent warping to your paper. And then you start heating from behind. If you start from above, it will totally blow the ultra high away. And so you can see that I'm melting the ultra high. You can see those white dots melt. Once those are melted, then you can come around to the front and finish up the heat embossing. So now I'll position my die so that I have a good amount of the ultra high in the die cut. I'll go ahead and run that through my Gemini Junior die cutting machine. And I stamped a sentiment from Altenew, Follow Your Arrow. And I also die cut a piece of sticky back white fun foam. I'll have all of the supplies that I use listed down below, you guys. Once I have the fun foam on, I'll go ahead and add some art glitter glue with a precision tip, and I'll get that adhered. I'll press it down, and then I'll just put a stamp block on top of it until it dries, and that really should take just a few seconds. Here's the Follow Your Arrow stamp set. Now I didn't use an arrow from there, I just used the sentiment. I actually used the arrow from the Hello Lovely stamp set. I glued the sentiment to the heart, and I'll go ahead and put some foam squares underneath the part that hangs off the heart. That heart is from Ellen Hudson Folk Hearts die set. I love it. I seem to use it so often, you guys. I half wondered if I should get a different heart set, but I'm like, no, I really like it. Why would I get another set? So sorry that you guys see it so often, but it seems to go with so many designs. Here you can see all of that fabulous ultra high and the sparkle of that glitter embossing powder. I think Bahama is such a pretty color. And here are the finished cards. I hope that you guys enjoyed these projects today and will think about doing some clean and simple cards with your heat embossing. I think that the glitter powders can add so much to a very simple card and just elevate it a little bit so that it's not too plain. If you try these techniques, tag us at Notable Ink and Wow Embossing, and be sure to enter our monthly challenge on our Facebook fan page. I've got a link to that down below. Thanks for joining me today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you real soon with more inspiration.